On the banks of a river that has flowed ceaselessly for thousands of years, a civilization arose that sought not only to live, but to achieve life after death. Here, time was not an enemy, but something that could be conquered. This is ancient Egypt. Over 5,000 years ago, Egypt was not one country. It was two lands, north and south, to crowns and to rulers. Until one king came. His name was Narmer. By unifying Egypt, he not only established a state, he established the concept of a centralized state with order, law, and divine authority. This act laid the foundation for a dynasty that would last for millennia, creating a culture so powerful, its influence is still felt today. The double crown he wore symbolized a united kingdom, a powerhouse ready to make its mark on history. Then, something happened that had never happened before in history. Stone blocks weighing tens of tons, near perfect geometric precision, and astonishing astronomical alignment. The pyramids are not just tombs, they are stone equations. The question that has puzzled scientists for centuries is, how and why? How was the Great Pyramid built with a precision that even modern equipment struggles to match? Each block, perfectly cut and placed, forms a structure aligned with the cardinal points and celestial bodies. This wasn't just construction. It was a cosmic statement, a ladder to the heavens for the pharaoh's soul. The ancient Egyptians did not fear death because they did not see it as an end. Rather, it was a transition, a journey to a new existence. In the Book of the Dead, we read about the trial of the soul, the scales of justice, and a heart weighed against the feather of truth. It's a complex religion, but meticulously organized, as if it were a travel guide to the afterlife. This belief system drove everything they did, from their daily rituals to the monumental efforts they poured into their tombs and temples. It was a civilization obsessed with eternity, but faith alone does not build a civilization. The Egyptians mastered medicine and surgery, performing complex procedures. They perfected mummification with astonishing precision, preserving bodies for thousands of years. They developed advanced arithmetic and geometry, essential for their architectural wonders. They even created a solar calendar of 365 days, a system we still use as a basis for our own. In fact, some medical papyri describe operations that were thought to be modern inventions until these ancient texts were decoded. So, did the Egyptians possess knowledge that hasn't reached us in its entirety? Advanced astronomical knowledge? A forgotten form of energy? Or perhaps a deeper understanding of the world that vanished with time? There are theories, of course, some more grounded than others, but definitive proof remains elusive. It's a tantalizing mystery. Perhaps they weren't ahead of us in our terms, but ahead in their own way, following a different path of development that we are only just beginning to comprehend. Kingdoms fell, rulers changed, but ancient Egypt remained, not just in the stones of its monuments, but in the unanswered questions that echo through the corridors of time. Its legacy is a testament to human ambition, ingenuity, and our eternal quest for immortality. In the next part, we will travel east, to another advanced civilization that seemingly vanished without a trace. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter in our journey through the civilizations of time.